So, of course, this started from the very beginning when they created a slave patrol. You know, those that will go out and hunt after the runaway slaves, which leads up to this point where black people are consistently being killed, shot and killed by racist white police officers. That plain and simple. And I've come to the conclusion that it's not going to stop. It's never going to end. You know, you had sleepy Joe Biden, you know, coming out with this police reform bill or the George Floyd bill or whatever have you. And I think that that's just going to continue to float all in the air until eventually it may get passed, but it's going to be so weak to the point where it's going to be loopholes around it. That plain and simple. Nothing's ever going to change. One thing that I know about America is that it doesn't change. The system is not flawed. The system is not corrupted. It was meant to be this way. That plain and simple. And the minute that black people fully understand what I just said, then we can have some type of closure. And I mean some type of closure to the point where it's, I get it, let's move on to the next phase, which is either we gonna get out of here or we're gonna have to come up with another plan, because this we shall overcome marching down the streets and hands up, don't shoot, and all that shit ain't working. Black Lives Matter's not working. None of that stuff is working. Because while in the process of us rioting, marching, and screaming and hollering and yelling and crying and all the rest of that shit, nothing ever changes. It's just an ongoing cycle that continuously repeats itself. That plain and simple. Look at the George Floyd case, right? While the George Floyd case was going on, Dante Wright got shot and killed. While they were reading the verdict, Ma'Khia Bryant gets killed. And after the verdict was read, Andre Brown gets killed. And that's crazy to me. It's as if after the verdict was read, it's as if the police officers was like, you know what? We're just going to increase our police brutality. Because one of our good guys, our Blue Lives Matter, got hemmed up. And it's just crazy to me. And I can honestly say, I've been doing videos, right? All of this is relevant. I've been doing videos about Charlotte and Raleigh, Durham, and just the South period, right? I'm not gonna hold nothing back. I'm just gonna be totally real with you, right? Personally, I don't like nothing about North Carolina. Never had. I wish that I never moved here. My mom's moved here with us because of the fact that my grandfather had died. She wanted a better place for us to live, an environment than us living in Brooklyn. The only place that I ever will live in life from this point on is Charlotte. Once I get out of Charlotte and it doesn't work out wherever I go, I'm coming back to Charlotte. That's it. I don't even consider Charlotte as being part of North Carolina, because to me it isn't. It's just its own different type of vibe. Outside of that, Raleigh is racist. Durham is like a microcosm, a small version of Atlanta. You want to talk about corruption? Oh yeah, there's corruption in Durham. It's a black town, black city. Yeah, you got vibe culture and all of that, but it's violent and it's corrupt. Greensboro, racist. Fayetteville, it's this strip called a Merc. I used to hustle up and down that strip. Not a game. Winston-Salem, anything that got Salem, I think is dealing with witches. Hey, just say what you want to say. I used to hustle there and the people were very weird there. I don't know what it was. Well, maybe it was something in the water. I don't know. It was just weird. The only place that I suggest that anyone, in particular Northerners, you would want to live is Charlotte. That's it. Matter of fact, I'm going to keep it 100 with you. Straight up and down from the East Coast, from Jamaica, Queens, all the way down to Florida. I suggest Jamaica, Queens, place that you would live at, Charlotte, and South Florida, Fort Lauderdale, Miramar area, around that. Dade County, Miami, the Cubans, run it. Anywhere in between, I don't care what you say. I'm not going. I'm not living there. I'm not living in Richmond. I'm not living in Petersburg, St. Petersburg, Virginia. I'm not living in DC. I'm not living in Atlanta. Atlanta is crazy. So the city limits of Atlanta, classism. Black people looking down on the other black people that don't have nothing, right? Homelessness, ridiculous, right? Outside of Atlanta, the city limits that is, Metro Atlanta, racism. Jacksonville, Florida, racism. Shit, shall I go on Tampa? St. Pete, that's right next to Tampa, Florida. Do I have to go on? Hell, I think 80% of Florida is racist. 85, that is. Georgia, 90%. South Carolina, 100%. North Carolina, 75. 10% of it being of Charlotte, and then that hold on 10%, 15% being Charlotte, portion of that not racist, and then the other 10% is divided between Durham and Raleigh. So when I hear a person talk about a man got shot and killed by the police in Elizabeth, North Carolina, I'm like, what are you doing there? If you are a minority, I suggest that you live in these bigger cities. Straight up. I'm not trying to tell you you can't live. Yes, I am. Yes, I am. There are certain places that minorities, if you are a minority in that city or town, you need to leave. Charlotte is roughly 45% black and 55% white. That's kind of like balanced out. When you living in places like Dallas, Butner, I don't know these other small hit towns in North Carolina where the percentage is 75% white and 25% black. What do you expect when you wake up at night for a burning cross to be in front of your damn yard? And I'm not saying that Andre Brown wished death upon himself. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying, like, yo, in 2021, we gotta play it safe. I understand that Charlotte's not perfect. There have been police that have killed black men. It's not perfect at all. But I can say out of all the places that I've lived in, it seems to me, in my opinion, that it's the safest. I don't have no problems with police officers in Charlotte. I had one run-in. That was when I first came here, and the police officer knew, and I knew I was going to jail. Why? Because my license was revoked. The license plate on the car wasn't right. I had no car insurance. I was just all wrong. Period. And that's another thing, and this is not an attack towards Andre Brown, because at the end of the day, do I think he deserved to be killed? Hell no. Regardless of how many more warrants he got out. But if you have any warrants out there, I suggest you take your black ass to the nearest court and get that shit solved. And if you gotta do some years in jail because of those outstanding warrants, it's better to be alive than dead. Because this is what they're doing now. The cops are on some revenge shit, yo. If you don't know. And at the end of the day, I said it. This is the truth. They have turned black bodies into a commodity. They have commodified black bodies. They have turned it into a moneymaker. Because whenever you hear about, oh, a police officer this, police officer did that, guess what? Wherever they posted that, that's where you're going. If it's CNN News, you're looking at it, that's ratings for them. Nobody care about nobody's lives making a difference. Black Lives Matter. That don't mean nothing. It's a money pot for these hungry ass racist people. Black Lives Matter don't have shit to do with black people. Nothing. But yet and still, they got merch. They got Black Lives Matter cups, shirts, all types of merchandise. Where's that going? The donations, where's that going? Because I don't see our communities getting any better from the time of your inception, Black Lives Matter campaign, that is. And it's a damn shame. And everybody is in on it. Wherever you see that Black Lives Matter at, or we care about black people, just a couple years ago when Kaepernick was kneeling, everybody was against it. But now all of a sudden, everybody is in on it because they want to capitalize on our pain, suffering, and death. If you don't believe me, pay attention to what's going on. The judge is not releasing in Elizabeth, North Carolina. I just saw it today. They're not releasing the full footage of it. They're going to release it to the family, but they're not going to release the full footage of it until 30, 45 days later. And their thing is, we don't want to, mess up the investigation and blah, 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 blah. Get out of here. Get out of here. No, it's something corrupt on that full video. Y'all came to that man's... I seen some of the footage of when they were driving in. I guess there was some other homeowners, camera, right? And I seen how they were coming in. They were coming in like they was about to shoot and kill somebody. They came in like the SWAT team. And I know what it is. These young white boys are jacked up, drinking Red Bull. They ready. They hype. I see how you all get a thrill. And you start shaking, having that buck fever. Because you have that adrenaline rush. It makes you feel a certain way after you've killed your prey. And that's real talk. That's real talk. This ain't gonna stop. It's not gonna stop. People making too much money off of this shit. And they continue to do so. And black people, what we do is we fall into it. And we don't see the game that's being played on us. They have commodified our dead black bodies. Straight up. Let me tell you something. For those that, are my age. You remember when the Bill Cosby show came on? Everybody ran home. They was waiting to see it. They was dying to see it. Right? I mean, even the thugs was running home. Man, I can't sell crack right now and shoot you. But guess what? After the Bill Cosby show and A Different World ends, I'm coming back on the block. You better not be there. You remember that feeling? That's the same type of feeling that America gets when they hear about a dead man being shot, or a knee on a dead man's neck, on a black man's neck. They're quick to run home, or they're quick to turn on. They don't even have to run home anymore. They could turn on it. They could go right to YouTube and look at it. Right to Facebook Live and look at it. I remember the George Floyd video. I never seen the full thing. I couldn't stomach it. But some of you all have. And guess what they do? So they come out with this, the video, right? And then they do these specials and shit. The pain and suffering that black people going through. And white people come in, reporters, and say, how do you feel right now? What are you thinking? And they like picking your brain, but don't want to do shit. Right now, they have this special, I don't know when it's coming on ABC or CBS, one of the two, talking about Tulsa, Oklahoma riots. Wow, what a coincidence. Look at it. The environment. Look at the environment. It's death, pain, black people are suffering, police brutality. But now you're going to come out with something else. Oh, look what we found. Over 300 blacks have been killed in Tulsa, Oklahoma, and they had their own thing. And They're going to run with that narrative. The black people have been so oppressed, but you don't want to do nothing about it. All you want to do is run a special report about it and then move on. All you want to do is sell cars, Ford. All you want to do is sell hamburgers, McDonald's. All you want to do is sell appliances, groceries, and all the rest of that shit, Walmart and Target. Y'all not here for black people. Look at what you all have done. And black people out there, shame on you if you think I'm wrong. Look what they've done to Black History Month. Look how they commodified that. Now you telling me that they're not trying, they are commodifying our Black Death as we speak. And they pick and choose what stories to talk about, because there are more black men and women being killed around America other than Dante Wright, George Floyd, Ma'Khia Bryant, and Andre Brown. But they're not going to mention those. Those are the nameless. It's crazy to me, man. It's crazy. Let me tell you something. I'm about to end this. Something happens to me. You all, it's been documented. Something happens to me by the hands of a police officer. I don't want Ben Crump, big lip, bubble lip. I don't want Ben Crump representing me. I don't want Al, also known as Conk, also known as my relaxer. I need my hair did tomorrow. Sharpton representing me. I don't want Jesse, also known as Catfish looking motherfucker, representing me or anywhere near my family. None of them coons. Cause all of them are in it together. You think white people exclusively are trying to make money off of our black deaths? No, it's black people in it. It wouldn't work well if you didn't have a black face there. You gotta get black black help. You know, like, take for example, when Joe Biden needs our vote, where does he go to? Please, 3, 2, 1, say it. The black church. Oh, he knows there's some good old sellouts. Or people that is just easily convinced. Or, that's the same thing as being easily convinced. I mean, let's face it. You worship a white man that died on the cross for you. So, it wouldn't be far-fetched for you to vote for a white man that's giving you hope. Hey, man. I don't know where the future's gonna take me. I'm leaving Charlotte. Like I said, if things will work out anywhere else, Charlotte is home. That's the only place that I will ever live on the East Coast, aside from where I'm about to go. You know, and I'm not gonna tell you all where I'm about to go because I know how black people are. I tell you, oh, I'm moving to Australia. Then if I don't move, man, this motherfucking heat. So I'd rather show you. I'd rather be about it than talk about it. You'll know when I'm there. Outside of that, I've said it in several different videos. It's an option. It's optional now. I'm putting that on the table, like leaving the country. Why be mistreated where I could be treated quite better or different than what I'm being treated somewhere else? Yeah, I might have to give up a few things, you know, but hey, I'm not eating out fast food restaurants now. Some of the things that I'm gonna have to be willing to give up, I don't even utilize the shit that I would give up now. Yo, man, I hope that you all enjoyed this and got something out of it. It's a shame, but it's the truth. If you think I'm wrong, and you truly believe that they're not making money off of our dead bodies, leave it in the comment section. If you that brave enough, because I'm telling you, I'm gonna eat you up in the comment section, and I know others will too. If you trying to pretend like they haven't commodified our black dead bodies in the street, laying in the streets. I'm done, man. Too emotional on this. Peace.